Hello everybody, Coach Max here. Thank you for being here. Today I'd like to talk about the very tremendous power that you have in judging yourself and beating yourself up. Don't we all do this at one point or another? Whoever you are, whatever role you have, wherever you are in your own life path, your own spiritual journey, at one point situations, people, circumstances may trigger you. They may hit your stuff. And if you're not vigilant, well, you can stumble down a very vicious spiral and cycle there. And that happened to me. That happened to me last week, actually. And that's the reason why I wanted to record this, so that I can share the insights that I got once more on this with you. So I was in New York and I enjoyed meeting up with a friend, a coach friend, hi Alex, and we had a beautiful lunch, beautiful conversation. We went deep, talked about life, talked about spirituality, our human conditionings, and all that beautiful stuff. And one thing that I left our conversation with is our ability or capacity to love ourselves, even when we have a hard time doing so, because we feel that we are not the best version of who we can be. And the very same day, we had lunch, and at nighttime during the evening, I had many instances where I got to practice because I wasn't the best version of who I could be at that point. It showed up in different circumstances. Nonetheless, I realized quickly enough that I was spiraling down. I was in this vicious circle or spiral, and I was judging myself harshly. I was not acting properly, nor saying things that I would usually say. And I didn't like that, obviously. I noticed it. I felt bad. I judged myself. I was knocking myself on the head, so to speak. And I had to work really hard going to bed to just let it go and love myself. So I've realized while I was trying to fall asleep, obviously thinking about this, that I could not love the version I was. I was a very poor version of me. But I could love me anyways and forgive myself for what I've said or done. Learn also from those experiences, let's call them, to make sure that I do not reproduce them going forward. And release, Yeah, it sounds like I just formulated a 3-step process. That was not my intention, but to be vigilant with our thoughts, to forgive ourselves, and to have compassion, to love ourselves anyways, so that we just release it, move on, and do best going forward. That's what I had to do, and that's what I wish for you too. You're gonna be triggered, right? Tomorrow, today, at one point, something you're gonna hear or interact with is not gonna feel right. There's gonna be emotions that are kind of gonna come up, thoughts that are gonna come in, and they work together, these two, and they're very magnetic. If you're not vigilant and you allow your consciousness to drop there, it will, and then you're off you go. You're into that vicious spiral. And I wish for you to be in the virtuous spiral, as I call it. If you are aware and you catch this earlier on, as soon as it comes up, be vigilant with your thoughts and your emotions. Not saying that you have to deny them. They're there anyways, right? Japanese psychology would say, don't fight with them. They're there. Acknowledge them. Work with them. Forgive yourself. Learn. Have compassion. And release. It sounds simple. It is. A little bit harder to do, but you don't need a bunch of tricks and practices and whatnot if you're capable to drop there and be conscious enough to do it. So that's my message for you today. It's also a message for me. As you can see, the spiritual coach sometimes also stumble downs and needs to practice. And that's okay. That's part of life. That's part of the rhythm or the seasons or the game we have to play. And I'll add one more. I'll add one more here, which I openly shared with a friend over lunch today. And I don't share this enough, but I'll have the courage to share it with you and speak up. Mantras could be a powerful tool for you if you are in one of those situations, or any situations that are difficult, really. And the one that I formulated for myself at that moment when I was trying to go to sleep and realize everything that happened and everything that I just shared with you is the following: do not abandon God. Non-dominational, right? Whatever for you, it's source, life, universe, Jesus, Buddha, Allah, the Tao, whatever, doesn't matter. We're not alone. And I can trust that if I stay connected to that energy, to that force that is flowing within me, then I can match this energy and this consciousness and stay there and be in that virtuous spiral that I was talking about and operate from there so that I may have forgiveness, compassion, and be able to release. It takes a little bit of trust and a lot of faith, but it's also very powerful and a very helpful tool. So wanted to throw it out there. All right. Well, thank you. Always a pleasure if I can be of service in your own journey so that you may heal, grow, trust, transform. That's really my thing. That's what I'm here for. And I'll invite you to reach out if this is something you want to chat about or anything else that is in your way at the moment and you'd like to get a little bit more peace, a little bit more love around. I always enjoy and welcome those deep soul-to-soul, heart-to-heart conversations. So don't be shy, reach out, and it'll be a pleasure to chat with you. Until then, love yourself, have compassion, trust, forgive, and move on. All right. Thanks, guys. Cheers. Talk to you soon.